In May of 2012, voters approved a $60 million bond that allowed the Belton Independent School District to build 2 new elementary and 1 new middle school. The bond is part of a long-range facilities plan to help alleviate a growing population of students. And according to Belton City Manager Sam Listi, growth is a good thing.
Really pleased to have the opportunity to work with the school district and their projects, their project planning. We work very hard to coordinate and collaborate on those issues to be sure that the projects that they are proposing fit within the city's infrastructure plans and work well as a team.
Listi also says that the Belton School District's reputable reputation has attributed to economic development within the city limits.
It was extremely important as we were recruiting CGI to come to town. They were quite impressed with the partnership that we have with BISD, and I think had a tremendous influence in the decision for them to come locate in Belton and to bring their ultimately 400 employees to the community.
With stable businesses and homes in place, Belton ISD and the city also look towards the future for planning and development.
A capital improvement planning process both on the city and the school district's part has been ongoing for years now, and it almost has to become a round-the-clock operation because the Belton School District is such a high priority and is of such importance to people as they try to make a location decision for where they're going to live.
The most recent project BISD and Belton have collaborated on is the Chisholm Trail Elementary School. The city is working on a better road to education.
Last year the council approved a bond issue to widen Wheat Road and be ready for the students arriving this fall. And so that project is about to get under construction now.
Calvin Itz, who has been the principal at Tyler Elementary for 7 years, will be moving along with many of his students and teachers to Chisholm Trail.
When Chisholm Trail opens, it will be a mix of some of the Tyler students. The attendance zone picks up a good portion of Southwest students and a good portion of Sparta students. So it's a great opportunity for our kids to meet new kids, and kids adapt amazingly well. So I think they're excited, and I mean you can hear it with our 4th graders. You know, they're already talking.
I'm going there next year, so I think of a new school, it'll be a great new start of Tyler Elementary. I'm trying to think.
Looking forward to like meeting teachers, learn new things, like learn more about the school, about the new school where everything's gonna be, like the library and the cafeteria.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I feel excited about it.
Yeah.
And teachers like Hope Orsag, who has taught at Tyler for 6 years, shares the enthusiasm of moving to Wheat Road.
Started here, we only had 2 sections of 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and now we're up to 5 sections in those grades. So almost doubled in those upper grade levels. Being a science teacher, I'm really excited about having a science lab. We're going to have a dedicated room for us to go and do our science lessons and experiments and things.
After getting a facelift over the summer, Tyler Elementary will transition to Belton Early Childhood School and will open its doors to pre-kindergarten kids, where little people will learn big things.
There's just a lot of work to be done before now and then, and so building a school that's appropriate for 4-year-olds is, takes a lot of thinking, a lot of time, takes a lot of rearranging, all the way from smaller commodes to smaller furniture and things that are at children's eye level so that they can learn some of those self-help skills. And so there's just a lot of planning, a lot of work being done right now, and I'm super excited.
Also getting some touch-ups over the summer months is Belton Middle School. The facility will take on freshmen this fall and alleviate the growing occupancy of Belton High School.
Again, utilizing 6 to 7 portables outside the envelope of the main building right now. And so we've been at more than the planned capacity for this structure for quite some time. So it'll be a relief in terms of just space and pressure to be able to move some kids and teachers to new classrooms.
Freshmen will still see the inside of Belton High School for advanced electives, career and technology experiences, and some fine arts, but their main schooling will take place across Tiger Drive.
I've been really pleased with the degree of parental involvement and also solicitation of feedback from students. We're going to be doing some more of that as we break out into our task force or committees to explore. I lead a group exploring culture, making it feel like high school, even though it's across the street and everybody knows it was a middle school building. I think the most revealing and exciting aspect of those discussions so far has been the feeling that for the first time in a long time, we're going to have a freshman class that gets to be really cohesive and develops relationships in ways that a freshman class hasn't.
As Belton Middle School transitions to the 9th grade center, construction continues across town at the new North Belton Middle School. Belton Middle School Principal Joe Brown and some very excited students recently got a tour of their new home.
I thought it looks really great, although I thought it would take a little while for me to figure out my way around there because next year I'm going to be in 7th grade. Some of my electives will be downstairs, some will be upstairs.
I really liked seeing about how it would look when it's finished. I'm looking forward to see how it looks when it's totally painted and furnished and everything. But I think this is a pretty good idea of what it will look like.
Wow. We thought BMS was big.
Now,
and then we looked at
this, and this is
huge. It's a lot bigger than BMS. BMS is kind of crowded in the hallways, and we have more space to get around.
I like how it's upstairs, and I like how the track's bigger.
Brown says his staff at Belton Middle School are anxious to see and move into the new facility.
This new facility provides opportunities for the teachers to do different things with different groups of kids, get them in a different environment. We have like an open library area where kids can go in and do extra research or extra work. We have an open computer lab.
Belton Middle School has an enrollment of 780 students, but Brown sees those numbers changing as growth progresses in the community.
I'm not sure with the numbers after the attendance boundaries have been drawn and assuming how many we'll wind up with, but you can tell with all the growth in the Belton area and what's going on, the building out north of Belton, that I think we'll be at capacity before long.
The location of North Belton Middle School is in Temple, and City Manager David Blackburn says the area fondly goes by either North Belton ISD or West Temple.
Over the past decade or so has grown primarily in two areas geographically. One of those areas has been to the south, and one of those areas has been to the west. And historically, if you look at any given year, the number of, say, new single-family homes that are being built, about a third of them are built on the south side of Temple, and about 2/3 of them are being built on the west side of Temple.
Blackburn describes the relationship between Temple and Belton ISD as strong, as they work cooperatively and collaboratively to accommodate growth.
In and around the Belton ISD campuses in West Temple, there are multiple infrastructure projects, what we call capital improvement projects, either underway and or planned in the next few months, few years. Very active area for us in our capital improvement programs.
Those same types of projects in Belton are what put High Point Elementary on the map this year. And according to Morgan's Point Resort City Manager David Huseman, the opening of the new school has led to a desire for growth.
Since that has been built, I have been having so many developers, home builders come into City Hall and ask about or actually get building permits to build new homes. And when I ask them, it's usually because school district. You have a new school here. People want to live where the new school is. They want to live in a quiet, safe community like Morgan's Point Resort. So they've got the best of both worlds. So we're seeing a lot of development pressure right now.
The pressure is on to build, and Huseman commends Belton ISD for their forward thinking and outlook on the future.
I'm very impressed with Belton Independent School District and how forward looking they are. It's easy to do nothing. It's very brave to build for the future, to plan for the future, and lay your plans out there and say, we're committed to our kids, we're committed to this community, to this school district. Here's what we think would be the best thing that we could do for our kids and for our community. What do you think? And then they've built it. I'm very, very impressed with what's happened.